Well, this next question might be exactly what you're thinking of, President Dimenstein. It comes from Brandy Mariah in Oregon. Brandy asks, how do we discuss the importance and urgency of voting for Harris as shop stewards and union activists without violating the Hatch Act?
Good question. And on that one, we did ask our lead counsel, Mindy Holmes, to be available to answer any of the Hatch Act concerns. And I think Mindy's ready to join us. There you are. Let me introduce Mindy Holmes to all our good members who have joined us tonight. Mindy, you heard the question, and there was actually a second question that I think dealt with the Hatch Act as well. So we appreciate any insights you can bring to this discussion.
Sure. Thank you, President Dimenstein. And thank you, Brandy, for the question. It's really a credit to you. And I know a number of you worry about this, about complying with the Hatch Act. And that's why the American public trusts you with handling their ballots and handling their election mail during this presidential election season. So look, here's the thing. The Hatch Act, it does not stop you from being an active supporter of your candidate. You can wear your freedom t-shirt. You can talk to people about voting for Harris. You can knock on doors for the Harris campaign. You can give money to the campaign. You just cannot do it at work. If you are on postal property, whether you're on a break, whether you're on the clock, you need to be nonpartisan at work. No t-shirts, no hats, no campaigning on the workroom floor, no posting on social media while you're at work, no forwarding things that you see on social media while you're at work. The idea is that the postal workplace, like all federal government agencies, is a nonpartisan, neutral place. And it's important that we keep that and we uphold that. That's, again, like I said, that's the trust that the American public has in us. So you're providing them the important service of handling their mail, and you're not doing it in a partisan way. There are nonpartisan things that you can do at work, but since the question was about campaigning, and I know maybe that is a little bit of a limit. If you're thinking, well, I'm a shop steward and work is where I get to see people and I want to talk to them and try to influence them on how they vote, that's fair, but you have to find a way to do it away from postal property, off postal property, on your own time. Like this town hall, I know that there are some questions about, well, why are we allowed to do this? The union is not a federal employer. It is not hatched. You're not hatched when you're here. You're on your time. And that's why we can talk about these partisan things openly in this meeting. I'm sure there are a lot of specific questions that you have. If there are specific questions, I urge you to go to the APWU website. Under the Legislative and Political Department, there's a Hatch Act button that has there's an election time, frequently asked questions, and other guidance. You can go on light blue. The Postal Service has information, lots of information about the Hatch Act. You can also go to the Office of Special Counsel. It is a particular small federal agency, and one of their jobs is to enforce the Hatch Act. And they have a lot of guidance on there as well. So if you have questions, seek out the answers. But just remember, it's not a reason not to be involved this election season, whoever your candidate is. Just keep it out of the workplace.
I appreciate that, Minnie. I know a lot of people ask about the social media aspect because we're in this new world. And there again, I think what Councilor Holmes has shared, you can do that, just not in the workplace.
That's right.
And that's where you get firm. But let's not use the Hatch Act as a fear factor to not do what we need to do to protect our jobs, to protect our union, and to protect the public postal service. Thanks so much, Mindy.